The factors of production, 4 factors of production: land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurs, must be present to produce goods and services. Economics and you. When you were younger, did you ever sell something or have a paper route to make money? Read on how this relates to the factors of production. People cannot satisfy all their wants and needs because productive resources are scarce. The factors of production or resources required to produce the things we would like to have are land, capital, labor, and entrepreneurs, as shown in Figure 1.2. All 4 are required to produce goods and services. In economics, land refers to the gift of nature, or natural resources not created by people. Land includes deserts, fertile fields, forests, mineral deposits, livestock, sunshine, and the climate necessarily to grow crops. Because of a finite amount of natural resources are available at any given time, economics tend to think of land as being fixed or limited supply. Another factor of production is capital. This sometimes is called capital goods, the tools, equipment, machinery, and factories used in the production of goods and services. Capital is a unique because it is the result of production. A bulldozer, for example, is a capital good used in construction. When it was built in a factory, it was the result of production involving other capital goods. The computers in your school that are used to produce the service of education also are capital goods. A third factor of production is labor, which is people with all their efforts, abilities, and skills. This category includes all people except a unique group of individuals called entrepreneurs, whom we single out because of their special role in the economy. Historically, factors such as birth rates, immigration, famine, war, and disease have had a dramatic impact on the quantity and quality of labor. Global entrepreneurs drive the economy. Every time you get paid for babysitting, mowing the lawn, or being at a DJ event, you have joined the force of the entrepreneur force. That is, the vast majority of more than 20 million businesses in the United States are owned by entrepreneurs. Most either work alone or have a few employees. Until recently, the United States led in the percentage of adult entrepreneurs, with an estimated 11.3% of Americans starting a new business each year. Today, China has one of the highest rates of entrepreneurship in the world. The shift towards capitalism has taken its place in China since the 1980s, has led to a huge growth in the number of new businesses. The bar graph here illustrates the percentage of adult population in select countries who are starting new businesses. Entrepreneurs. Some people are singled out because they are innovators responsible for much of the change in the economy, such as an individual who is an entrepreneur, a risk-taker in search of profits who doesn't seem new with exciting resources. Entrepreneurs are not often thought of as being the driving force in the economy because they are the people who start new businesses or bring new products to the market. Production. Everything we make requires the 4 factors of production. The desks and lab equipment used in schools are capital goods. Teachers and other employees provide the labor. Land includes the property where the school is located, as well as the iron ore and timber used to make the building. Finally, entrepreneurs are needed to organize the other 3 factors and make sure everything gets done. Shape of economics. Economics analyzes how societies satisfy wants through careful use of relatively scarce resources. Entrepreneur. risk-taking individual in search of profits, gross domestic product, economics and you. So far you have learned about the basics of economics. Read on how to learn how economics helps us make sense of this information. Economics is a study of human efforts to satisfy seemingly unlimited and completing wants through careful use of relatively scarce resources. Economics is also a social science because it deals with the behavior of the people as they deal with this basic issue. The four key elements to this study are description, analysis, explanation, and prediction. Description. One part of economics describes economic activity. For example, we often hear about the gross domestic product, the dollar value of the final goods, services, and structures produced within a country's borders in a 12-month period. GDP is a most comprehensive measure of country's total output and the key measure of a nation's economic health. Economics also describes jobs, prices, trade, taxes, and government spending. Description allows us to know what the world looks like. However, description is only part of the picture because it leaves mainly important why and how questions unanswered. They need to communicate knowledge to others. If we all have a common understanding of the way our economy works, some economic problems will be easier to address or even fix in the future. When it comes down to GDP, you will soon discover that economics spend much of their time explaining why the measure is or not performing in the manner that is expected. Analysis. Economics analyzes the economic activity that it describes. Why, for example, are the prices of some items higher than others? Why do some people earn higher incomes than others? How do taxes affect people's desire to work and save? Analysis is important because it helps us discover why things work and how things happen. This in turn will help us deal with problems that we would like to solve. Finally, economics is concerned with prediction. For example, we may want to know more whether our incomes will rise or fall in the near future because economics is a study of both what is happening and what tends to happen. It can help predict what may happen in the future, including the most likely effects of different actions. So the study of economics helps us become more informed citizens and better decision makers. Because of this, it is important to realize that the good economic choices are responsibility of the citizens and free and democratic society.